Well, folks, it looks like South Africa's most clueless communist is at it again. Leader of the economic freedom fighters, Julius Malema, recently addressed a crowd of supporters. This time, instead of just calling for the murder of white farmers, he decided to tell the members of his cult that, in fact, there are no borders in Africa and that there is no fundamental difference between a Zimbabwean and a South African. Not only is this completely untrue, but Malema himself knows that it's untrue. And the reason that I'm aware of this is that Malema lives in a wealthy, gated community. And if you tried to apply the logic that he uses at political rallies, and you showed up at his house and told him you were moving in without his permission or without asking first, I can guarantee that that would not end well for you. But let's see what he had to say.
There are no borders in South Africa, in Africa. There are no borders. Some of you say, no, President, leave this thing of borders. The other one even sent me a message that, President, can we get a secret ballot on borders? If you are not a dictator, make us members to vote if we want borders or not. But the reality is, there are no borders. You want me to give you a ballot paper to vote on whether you want imperialism or not. Yet you joined an anti-imperialist organization. Everything that reflects imperialism, we reject it in totality. We don't want to see it. We can't vote about that. It's not open for discussion. There are no borders in Africa. These borders were imposed by imperialism, and we are not going to recognize them. These are our neighbors. What divides us is a fence. What divides us is a street. Just cross the street and come and ask for a salt. Just cross the street and come and ask for meal. That's how we grew up here in Soweto. We never said you are not from here, we can't give you a meal. You are never from here, we can't give you a salt. This thing that you look at as countries, they are as simple as narrow, like neighborhood. These are our neighbors. They are not Zimbabweans. The same way, there will be the Ndlozi family this side, there will be Malema family this side. This is a South Africa family, that's a Zimbabwe family. We are divided by a fence. You don't have a salt, come and fetch the salt. In bags, you don't have meal, come and fetch meal, because that's what we did. We gave you meal, because we know one day we'll run short of meal, and I will not come. My child will come and say, my father said, you remember the meal, you must return. That's how we are as Africans. When they are here, it is our turn to protect them. Their turn will come. When we go to Zimbabwe, we'll just say to them, you remember us. Because we are neighbors. Comrades, there is no one who's going to tell us how we should unite this continent of Africa. No white man is going to do that. No white man. Look at what they did in Libya. I was in the ANC when we went to attack Libya. I stood up and told Zuma that you have sold out Gaddafi, and Gaddafi gave you money to be a president of the ANC because you voted for no-fly zone, and they used that to attack Gaddafi.
I hope that in seeing all of this nonsense that just came out of his mouth, you understand just how absurd this is. Because even within South Africa's borders, there are distinct tribal differences that have still not been solved or resolved, rather, and they aren't likely to be. Now, if we conceive of Africa as a borderless utopia, and you think that this country can just serve as a thoroughfare for any African, regardless of their documentation, their heritage, or their cultural background, you've got another thing coming. But of course, Malema can say things like this because he knows that regardless of the chaos he causes, he himself, when the shit hits the fan, can simply disappear into the shadows like political leaders of his kind always do. And when his glorious revolution fails, as all the past ones have, he will say that it wasn't because of his poor leadership or his complete lack of understanding of the reality of human nature. He will simply blame white people, capitalism, and imperialism. As always, I hope you got something useful out of my content, and if not, too bad. Look after yourselves, take care of each other, and for now, farewell.